So as you can see, here's the beginning of my baptism dress. I'm going to create sleeves later, and I'll show a different video on different types of sleeves you can add to this. The very top part of this dress is already described in the video description, so read through that. This is pretty self-explanatory, and there's a bunch of videos on how to do this kind of the very top part of the dress. Also, if you're wanting to do a different size, you're able to do that. Pick another size, find another cowl kind of stitch like this, where it goes around in circles, and then once you get underneath kind of the arm holes, you could start doing this stitch. And you might need to adapt it slightly for the amount of numbers that you're gonna have. You notice the stitch, you've got a 6-petaled lily on each stitch, and in between those I've got 3 double crochets. Now to make the lily, it does take 2 rows to make the lily, and those are 2 different stitches, and I'm going to show you that. And then in between each lily I've got a row of double crochet, as you can see here. I'll show you what it will look like. So to start out, you put 3 double crochets first. Then you're going to chain 3, so 1, 2, 3. And basically what we're going to be doing is like a bunch of decreases for double crochet, but we're only going to be doing those partially. So I'm basically doing kind of a decrease into that first chain. Decrease double crochet into the chain. But I'm going to leave these 3 stitches on, and instead of pulling yarn through and pulling through, I'm going to skip a stitch, yarn over, and do 3 of these same kind of stitches. And again, instead of pulling through, I'm going to skip 2, yarn over, and do the exact same thing. So now when I have 9 loops on my hook, I'm going to yarn over and go through all 9. Then chain 3, yarn over, go to the hole, and do the exact same thing twice. Once I have 3, yarn over, pull through. Then I skip a stitch, and then we start over with those 3 double crochets. And you do that all the way around. Now if you're following the same exact pattern that I have listed here, you'll at the end, you'll start with 3 double crochets and you will end with 3 double crochets, and then just slip stitch into the net, into the first double crochet. This is going to be in the back part of the dress. So in the back part of the dress, it's going to have kind of this line flat. Now for the next, so you do want to continue that all the way around, so I'll go ahead and pause the video so you can do that. But I'm going to start on the next row. So for the next row, I'm going to chain 3. And I'm going to do 3 double crochets. I'm going to chain 1. Then I'm going to do my same decrease stitch 3 times. Then I'm going to pull through all 4 loops, chain 2, cross over, and then I'm going to do the exact same thing again 3 times. So each one of these petals is basically a decrease of 3 double crochets. I'm going to pull through all 4, chain 1, and then I'm going to go into that first double crochet, and again I'm going to continue on with my 3 double crochets before I restart the same pattern for this flower. You can see there's my little lily, and in between each one of these lilies I do a row of double crochets. So once I'm finished with this row, when I come back around, I'm just going to do double crochets into each and every stitch. So in my chain 1 space, I'll have 1 double crochet. My chain 2 space, I'll have 2. And in my next chain 1, I'll have 1. And I put a double crochet into each one. So you should have the exact same amount of stitches each time all the way around. And then you just continue this until you reach the length of the dress you would like. Obviously, this dress should be a lot longer once I'm finished. I'm also going to add sleeves later. I'm going to make another video for sleeves. If you want to look at the playlist, you can find those videos. You can also on the back either just take a piece of yarn and sew over a loophole and put a button right here, or you could try to do some kind of string with a drawstring, like tying your shoes back here, or you could do single stitches all the way around, making some buttonholes as well. There's a lot of different ways you could use to close up this hole, but you do want to be able to close it once the dress is put on the child. You could add zippers here, just use whatever kind of way you would want to close this up for yourself. But this is what the dress is looking like so far. It's gonna eventually have a much longer skirt, but I just want to show what it looks like now.